Hi friends, I'm Miss Lisa, the Director of the Early Childhood Department here at RCC. I sure do miss seeing you all each week. I miss your smiling faces coming down the hallway to greet me. I miss having fun with you in class and doing worship time. I had a question for you today. Do you ever feel afraid? Do you ever get scared of things like icky bugs and yucky spiders? Or maybe it's the lightning in the sky and the thunder during a thunderstorm. It might even be coming to church on Sunday. You might get a little afraid coming into our classroom. Well, I have a story for you today about a boy named Griffin, and he was afraid of something too. Let's read our story and find out what. Here's Griffin. Griffin likes lots of things. He likes Ringo, his dog, and Whiskers, his cat. He loves Brownie the horse, and especially his goldfish that he keeps in his room. But Griffin did not like nighttime. Griffin was afraid of the dark. It made his toes curl up in bed, and it made his hands grow cold at night. And it also made his heart beat fast when laying in bed. And his legs would turn to jelly, he was so afraid. Griffin and the darkness did not get along. Not even one little bit. When nighttime came and the sun disappeared and the faraway stars would twinkle in the sky, Griffin tiptoed around his bedroom and he turned all his lights back on. Flick, snap, click went his lights. Whew, now then, said Griffin, as he squeezed his giant teddy bear. Now I have no reason to be afraid. Teddy boy is here with me, and see how bright the light is? My room isn't even dark anymore, he said, with his brown eyes shut tight. Griffin pretended he was like the teddy boy, all curled up for a long wintry nap. I have a special teddy bear too. He's a big bear, almost as big as me. Well, as he was snuggling down in his covers, almost sound asleep, he hears Griffin from his mom. She said, "Lights out, buddy." Oh, he did not like to hear that. His voice made a froggy croak. "Oh, okay, Mother," he called back. Oh, he said yes, he turned the lights off, but in his heart he felt like saying no. He would have to check the closet and peek under the door. He'd have to peek under the bed and turn out all the lights. Flick, the overhead bulb went black. Snap, the corner light by the closet turned everything to darkness. Click, the lamp over his nightstand left the room in shadows. Griffin's room was as dark as a forest during the nighttime. He hid under his covers, shivering so fiercely he was certain his mother would hear his bones rattling all the way down the steps. Griffin did not like bedtime. If only Ringo could sleep with him, or maybe even Whiskers curl up with him in bed. But no, his mama had said no. They're outside pets and they couldn't come in at night. "Hoo, hoo," called the owl outside. Even his animal friends couldn't chase away his fear. If only he had a real friend who could come over and spend the night. Someone funny and clever. Someone who was not afraid of the dark. No, not even a little bit afraid. When his neighbor Peter came to spend the night one time, Peter had laughed at Griffin. He called him a scaredy cat, and he said he was silly for being afraid. That was not very nice. It made Griffin feel even more sad. The next day, Griffin was thinking if only somebody big could stay with him, somebody brave and strong and not afraid of anything, he would feel so much better. Mama, Griffin asked, do you think someone big could stay with me in my room tonight? Someone big? In your room? Mama looked surprised. Why, Griff? Griffin's voice was so soft she could barely hear. She had to bend down and listen. His throat was full of tears and he said, Mama, I'm afraid of the dark. Oh, Mama reached down and gave him a big, big hug. I know just the one to ask. Someone very big indeed, she said. Is it you? Griffin asked. His mother shook her head no. Is it Daddy? She shook her head again and her smile grew even bigger. Griffin thought really hard. I know. Is it Grandpa? Can Grandpa come and stay with me? No, she said. It's not Grandpa. It's someone even bigger. Bigger than Grandpa? I can't believe it, said Griffin. His mother leaned down and she whispered one word into his ear. Griffin's eyes grew big as dinner plates. You mean God? He asked. God can fit into my bedroom? He can fit in my bed? His mother assured him yes. God can fit into your room, he can fit into your bed, and he can fit into you, Griffin. Is God scared of the dark? Oh, no, Griffin's mother answered him. God isn't afraid of anything, and especially not of the dark. But, Mama, I can't see God. How will I know he's there? His mother smiled, dazzled in the sunlight. That's easy, she said. You won't be afraid anymore because God is with you. Later, Griffin was thinking, it must be true. Mothers know these things, and my mother would never tell me something that wasn't true. God can be outside and God can be inside. God is a true friend who would never tease him about being afraid. God is bigger than Daddy, and he's bigger than Grandpa. God isn't afraid of the dark. No, not even one little bit. Well, nighttime sneaked up on Griffin, but this time he was ready. He put on his favorite jammies. He pulled Teddy Boy out of the toy box, and he folded back his covers with a confident smile. Here we go, God, he said, and he sang and he tiptoed towards the switch on the wall. Flick, the overhead bulb made everything go black. Snap, the corner light by the closet turned to shadows. And click, the lamp on his nightstand left the room in darkness. Griffin's voice was very quiet. God, are you still there? He whispered. Well, God must be with me because my fear is gone. I'm not scared at all. The shivers and the shakes and the quivers and the quakes, they were gone too. He dove under the bed covers and he hugged Teddy Boy tight. I'm not afraid, he smiled to his teddy bear. Are you? The darkness filled his room, but Griffin was not afraid, not even one little bit. God is bigger than darkness. It wasn't long before his mother's voice floated up from downstairs. "How are you doing, Griff? Is everything okay?" But Griff didn't hear anything. He didn't hear Ringo barking outside or Whiskers meowing on the porch. He didn't even hear that old hoot owl hooting. Griffin was fast asleep. I love this story because in it, Griffin chooses to trust God. He knows God is with him, and he loves God, and he knows God is not afraid of anything. There's a couple of Bible verses I want to share with you. One is from Psalm 4, verse 8. It says, "I go to bed and sleep in peace. Lord, you keep me safe." I love that Bible verse because we know while we're sleeping, God is right there with us, keeping us safe. He's with us no matter where we go. He's with us in a thunderstorm. He's with us in a preschool class. He's with us even when we see a creepy spider in our basement. And God is never afraid. I have one more verse to share with you that is one of my favorites. Because as a grown-up, sometimes I even get afraid and I need to be reminded that God is big. This verse is from Isaiah 41:13. It says, "Do not be afraid, because I am with you. I will help you, and I will tell you. I am the Lord your God. I am holding your right hand." God takes such good care of us, and he protects us each and every day. It was so good to have this time with you all. I miss my little early childhood kids so much each Sunday. I pray for you, and I hope you're doing great at home with your families. You have an awesome day with God.